To Montgomery to begin the drive. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Fields. Caught by his tight end, Wesco. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to run down.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Off play action. Fields rolling to his right.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40.
18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
But Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jamin Davis coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Now here's Trenton Gill now.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Heineke's throw complete to Dotson.
And he'll be out right at... to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Heineke. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
First down, Heineke.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack.
Heineke, he'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more...
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on third down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Fields on first down.
And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Back to throw, Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they run the option here on first and 10.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
On second down, Montgomery. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Fields now to throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. 7 yards there and a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
Heineke now looking to throw on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On the give, here's Robinson. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Throwing. Heineke.
He's got it. His first catch, good for 9 and the first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington.
They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they set him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
The 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Komet. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's Fields on the sneak.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
And they'll try to throw now. Heineke.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
On 3rd down, Heineke.
Completes it to Samuel. And he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there.
in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A final shot before the break. Fields
going for the deep ball. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Second half begins with a run by Robinson.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on second down. Heineke. He's going to drop this.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game that has a chance to tighten up considerably.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown!
Justin Fields finding Darnell Mooney. And the Bears take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here's Tressway now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Touchdown, Chicago! One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Fields trying to throw for it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for them.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Off the play fake, Heineke. He completes this to Cole Turner. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
Is a defense what a nuisance when you look on the other side and they've got a tight end that can run a post route like that.
And you felt the ground shake, didn't you? Oh, you've been all the way up here in this booth. How about when he grabbed the football? You could see the terror as everyone was thinking, do I even want to try and tackle that big man?
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On 1st and 10, Heineke.
Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion.
Sly able to put this one through.
And it will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And his throw here's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
To throw is Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Again, Fields.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Heineke on 1st down.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage, completion-wise, way up. Not that time.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Nice 3rd down conversion at even 20 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
A 1st down throw for Heineke. This one left side, caught by Gibson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders will add to their 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Sly on for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pick 6 last drive. Here's Fields again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
108 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 3-yard line.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Ebner going to left to bring this out of the end zone here. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. From the 22, Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Chase Young
able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
One last throw here for Fields.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
Whenever I touch down, touch down, touch down.